Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. The gbas between WIKE and Sowore is really taking out of hand. Una see say Sowore up to now see they drop more details, many revelation. He done the drop and WIKE has not come out to say anything. Lere himself has not even come out to talk say my principal no get this property na lie or you dey lie. He just come out to talk say Sowore is a blackmailer, is a this, is that. But he has not come out to open his mouth to talk, say no, my oga did not have any of those properties. No let your WIKE don talk say no be him buy am. Say but na him in-law, na him buy those properties for him wife and him children. Then make una see the twist wey dey inside. This is same in-law wey buy those property for his wife and children. Him own children no get properties for US. Guys, una see the matter. His own children no get properties for US. More Nigerians, they see they react to. They are still reacting because this kind of matter they need to make it make sense. So we Nigerians, we not see the reason why we say somebody will not get property for US. He no get for your own children, but he they buy for your own in-law and your own children. These people that you say Nigerians, they say na fish brain, na in their head. Guys, I make I drop this video because Nigerians are still reacting. They are still calling on WIKE. Oga, come and defend yourself. Oh. Well, the good news about this be say if you no want defend himself or EFCC no want to make the hawk begin to see, because if like say this the hawk don't already blind though, he don't blind. guys. Nigeria as a country is a joke. But the good news about this story where the grandma be say Florida will not sweep it under the carpet. That is the good news. So guys, watch the reactions from Nigerians. Drop a comment on this so that I will know your wonderful thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. As you enjoy the rest of the video.
So, the new work which Sowore collects now is to look for any property where WIKE gets and cast am. That's the new work which Sowore did now. You not got another work again. Anywhere you say one property resemble WIKE, you will start investigation. Now, get one hotel for Port Harcourt. Sowore had gone to dig deep to find the owner of the hotel. So he posted this on his Facebook page. He said, the thieving FCT minister would steal anything in sight. Nyesom Ezenwo WIKE CON is perhaps the biggest treasury looter in the history of River State and now the FCT. This multi-billion naira hotel in Port Harcourt is reportedly owned by Nyesom WIKE. You need not worry about the proxies in whose name he buried the evidence. His historical obsession with the J team, which is why he named his kids Jasmine, Joachim, and Jordan, gave it away. The least expensive room at the J Signature Luxury Hotel in Port Harcourt goes for 250,000 per night every day for the thief. Let me complete it. One day for the owner. I don't know who solved that mass. Why will thief have every day? Owner go get only one day. Which kind of mass be that one? This life not fair. It is well. It is well. WIKE next time you know go fight person like Sowore. Next time, when you hear Omoyele, you never need to hear Omoyele. Hey, you hear Omo. Whether na Omo with me, Omoyele, Omo Dara, Omo. So far, Omo all day, Omo to show on. Simple as ABC. Now to my boss Sowore, they like you sometimes. Sometimes they do like forget the properties WIKE get for Nigeria. Let's focus on the one he has abroad. Because the one he get from Nigeria, nobody go probe am. You go just always allow for today till tomorrow. The only one we have hope that the government is going to look into is the ones abroad. And even those ones safe. Can we be sincere? It's not economically sensible that we're even reporting those ones because those countries will seize it. Now our country money don't lost so. Those countries will seize it. What we can do is when we find those ones, we release the information to Nigerian government. Nigerian government is supposed to now seize it. But this is our Nigerian government who know. They who know. So nobody say they tell the secret. They know. So WIKE now you get J luxury. You know say one day I smart go that place. I be one lodge there. When I see bill. When I see bill. The way I say behave, like say, but let they pay me. It is funny. It is funny. I wish as they receive this money that they use and build one better thing if I'm not paying me. Hotel and club. They are not building industries. They are not building factories. They are not building things that will help the nation. Hotel, make people go knock. Club, make the youths go drink. Nobody is building what will push Nigeria forward. Almost all the governors have hotels. As you question their money, you sell for one hotel or one apartment. Or you go see the money abroad. If I'm the president of this country today, if I win election today, first things first, I'll say, see, if you know say you thief any money till today, your sins are forgiven. Go and put the money in the bank. Nobody will question. Anyone you thief till that day when I did the talk, so carry the money, put out for bank, nobody will question. So that at least this money will be in our financial system. Do you know how many dollars they hide in their room? If the money they abroad, bring it back into Nigerian bank. Attorney General will sign and the Senate will agree. Nobody will hold you. Nobody will arrest you. Let the money even be here first. So that the country can have money to operate. They will go say from today go, if they cash you thief any new one, now firing squad, we need to get to that point. Forgive the former stolen money. Because they go hide down, we know if we catch them. Till today, we don't catch anybody. Till today, how many past governors the EFCC don't convict? They're still getting away with it. The only people that they catch now, your boys, we pick $2,000, $5,000. The one we pick $1 million, they fight, they stand still. This is painful. It is very painful. Nigeria has a lot of money, but we're suffering in the midst of plenty. These days, nobody in Nigeria, they thief Nigeria money again. Oyibo, everybody, all of them, they call you called thief. We're milking ground. While we, the owners, are suffering. It's painful.
Them that they should investigate property acquisition made by, a Nigerian minister, sitting minister. This particular thing, according to what we gathered, was the transaction happened between 2021 and 2023. That was actually what we found this.
I think what Sowore is doing is more like pointing to the fact that he has lost faith in the Nigerian judiciary, because that's where he should start from. But it simply shows you that people feel that the Nigerian judiciary and those who are responsible for monitoring the assets of those who go into public life are not doing their jobs very well. Nigeria is the only country where you see people, when they ask them to declare their assets when they want to get into power, some people will even put what they intend to acquire, because nobody verifies. There are no checks and balances. There's no. We just seem to be running a country where anything goes. So yes, it's a good thing. Let us know how he got the property. Let us know. I mean, I know that yes, we need to also know how rich his in-laws are. Because for you to be able to do such a thing, the in-laws, if you are living in America, we know how the issue of giving out property is. So it means that the in-laws must have quite a number of properties that they have decided to give out some to the family members.
In order to ask this question, because at what point is it that someone acquiring a new mansion or buying a new car not to be unlawful? I don't understand that.
No. We're not saying it's unlawful. What we're saying is that because Nigeria has become a country, found itself where leadership is all about corruption, trust deficit. The people don't trust those who are leading them. So every time you come out and say, oh, you have a new car, everybody's wondering, how did you get the money to buy it? Where is the money coming from? So it brings us back to the question, how much is the governor earning? How much are you earning today as a minister? And then the property we're here was bought in cash. And we know that in America, it's a credit society. So how did you gather that kind of cash? So it is a good thing for us to know. I watched an interview where Wike was being asked the same question, and the impression he gave is that he doesn't know what his family and his wife is doing.
When you say he's wrong, before now in River State, I could remember that there was a time a particular man was picked, for questioning over the internal wrangling happening in the state before the declaration of the state of emergency. He gave a different testimony, and the wife was like, "No, this is not my husband." So when you say, which it's wrong for the to say, "I don't know what my wife is doing."
Wait, Fina.
All right.
We know how a husband and a wife relates, and we know how a political wife and a political husband relates. In Nigeria, once you become a politician, and your wife automatically becomes another politician. That's why they say the wife of a sergeant in the army is a field marshal. She's in control. And coming back home, where we have an African tradition, where the man is the head of the home. So the man automatically is in charge of his family. He should know what happens.
All right. Okay, let's get Edwin Adai into the conversation. Good morning to you once again. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Is this witch hunting, like some have said on social media? Some have said, "Oh, it's because they don't like WIKE. He's working in Abuja, and Deji Adeyanju and Sowore are only trying to make news out of this." Well, some Nigerians have also said, "Why buy property in cash?" What are your thoughts, really?
Well, good morning, Nigerians. Actually, I'm beaming live from Jos Plateau State, not Abuja this time around.
Oh, thank you very much for making that correction.
First of all, I would like to say that this is a welcome development. But I'd like start by saying that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. You cannot be parading yourself as a champion of democracy. You are parading yourself as a man of integrity. You are parading yourself as one of the transformational leaders we have in Nigeria today. You talk about how you are a man of integrity, you are a man of honor. You talk down on other politicians. You always use words like, it's very unfortunate we are having this crop of leaders in Nigeria manning critical position. Only to find out that, although the publication is not new, with all due respect, the rumor has been ongoing, and some of us were privy to some of this information. But of course, there is no time that is too late for us to probe into, the activities of our politicians who are in government. So I think it's a welcome development. We must begin to question our leaders to really understand and to exactly know how were they able to generate this kind of money. $5 million is not a small money anywhere. Even in America, it's not a small money. Convert that money to Nigerian naira is a whole lot of billions of naira. And therefore, if you're a public office holder and you are transacting, in fact, the process of the transaction alone is questionable. And therefore, I think that it's a welcome development. We look forward to see this kind of engagement where critical political office holders are taken to court to give a
all right, taken to court.
What they have been able to acquire,
now,
how they have been able to acquire it, and all of that. And
interesting, you said taken to court. Does it feel out of place that Omoyele Sowore decides to start this court issue from America and not from Nigeria? Does that make you feel some kind of way? Does that point to the fact that he has lost trust in the Nigerian judiciary?
Well, you see, whether you like it or not, let's face the reality. Fortunately and sadly, whether you like it or not, I'm a politician. We live in Nigeria. We understand what is going on in the court right now. Yes, we cannot blame the court holistically, but if we must say it the way it is, I can tell you that a very sizable number of Nigerians, we have lost confidence in the court or in the entire judiciary in Nigeria, which is unfortunate. We saw what happens to Samuel Ekpa in Finland, and we are seeing what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu. We have seen a lot of political cases and the way they treated it. We cannot continue to pride ourselves as champion of democracy, and we are not adhering to the principle of democracy. And one of the principles of democracy is upholding the rule of law. When the laws are not properly working the way it should, when actions don't have consequences, I mean, we should be able to try other places if we can get justice from other places. If we don't really trust the fact that the Nigerian court process can give us the kind of verdict that we are looking forward to seeing. Sincerely speaking, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay, you don't see. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that a politician is asking us to outsource our judiciary, to foreigners, and that is what we have seen in recent times. Go back to Ibori, go back to PIRD and all of that. Okay, thank you very much, Edwin. I would like for you to stay with us. We'll come back to you. Now, let's go to Oka, where we still have where we have been joined by Honorable Ejiofor Egwuatu, who is a former member, Anambra State House of Assembly, politician and public affairs analyst. It's someone that has played around the government, Good morning to you, Honorable Ejiofor Egwuatu.
I greet you especially.
Beautiful, beautiful. Good to see you once again. Now, you have played in government. You have been a member of the House of Assembly.
Yeah.
Now, WIKE says that house was acquired by my in-laws and given to my children, my family members. I want us to take that away. You have been a member of the House of Assembly. Do you think that a Nigerian governor, from the perks of office, his salaries, all that he gets, legitimately, should be able to acquire a $2 million mansion in any part of the world? Is there a possibility that with his legitimate earnings as a governor, that he should be able to acquire that kind of apartment?
Well, I wouldn't want to start calculating the legitimate earnings of any Nigerian governor or any Nigerian public officer, but there are facts that are sacred that we need to observe. First of all, there are procedures for declaration of assets, stating whatever you have, where you had it, how you had it. Everything follows a particular process. And then if you are declaring your assets, where you are expected to list everything that you have at every point. So the question we should be asking is, even if this is a gift, this is something that is coming from a very wealthy in-laws, relatively wealthy in-laws, and all the rest of them, they were given to this family, and then you are expected to say this is how it is through a legal process in Nigeria here. So he hasn't told us that he acquired those things from being a governor. So we shouldn't go to that governor's side.
No, exactly the point, Honorable. When I asked you a question, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Honorable. Excuse me, Honorable. Honorable.
Yes.
I asked you a question. Yes. You asked yourself, I answered yourself. You didn't answer the question. Now we understand all of that, the processes, assets declaration. That is not the question I asked. Maybe you don't want to answer the question. The question I asked, do you think that a governor, by his legitimate earnings, perks of office, should be able, we're not talking about WIKE now in particular, should be able to acquire a mansion worth $2 million in any part of the world? We are out of WIKE now as a governor. You know government, you have been a member. When you make approvals, appropriation, do you think that what a governor receives should be able to get him a $2 million mansion?
It depends on when.
Okay.
It depends on when. Because the rate at dollar is now, it might be too difficult, but whatever. There was a time dollar was almost something close to Naira. So it depends on when. Okay, so that's not really the actual thing about this matter that I really want to talk about.
No, I just asked, and you have offered an explanation, and you have given an answer. Yes. Now go ahead, sir. Land on your thoughts.
Now, well, what baffles me about this is the other side of it, that is the non-reliance on Nigerian judicial system, Nigerian investigative agencies, and all the rest of them. This is a big problem that we need to tackle as quickly as possible. People at the very low level, not just people who want to question government or question governance or government officials, people at the very low level are losing confidence in the Nigerian investigative agencies, the police, the DSS. They feel that these agencies are being manipulated, and people are resorting to all manner of things, all manner of ways to resolve issues. And this is a very big very big disadvantage to our democracy. These investigative agencies ought to be as independent as they ought to be, so that the people can have confidence to bring their matters there. It is causing a lot of problems, and it's not just about WIKE and the Sowore matter. No. It's about all the people in Nigeria. Most people are losing confidence in the police. People don't feel free to go to police to give information about certain criminals or criminal activities because they think that their bubbles will be busted.
Okay, now Honorable Sowore has taken up the gauntlet. He's gone to the United States of America. Yes. Do you think that something will come out of this? Do you think that something will come out of this? I mean, if he has evidence, he has gone to court in the U.S. What do you think will be the outcome of this investigation, the court case? And
the good thing about the United States judicial system is that they must have a response to it as quickly as they could. They must have a response. It's not as if there's not going to be adjournment and indefinite adjournments without response. So I know that once they present their matters, well, there must be a response to it. We must have a final conclusion. There must be a closure on the whole matter. So we trust that the United States judiciary will do justice to it.
I'm happy that you're saying you trust in the United States judicial system, that it will do something, they will do justice to this particular case. Now, when you're talking about, I want to get a bit personal. Now, let's get this straight. You as a politician, can you comfortably say that you still have faith in the Nigerian judicial system as a politician?
If I have faith as a person,
as a politician in Nigerian judicial system?
Yes and no. Destroy that confidence that we have in them. And in other ways, in some other matters, they have really tried to be as bold as they ought to be. But generally, it is not a 60% win. They are below average.
Below average. Right. Thank you so much.
Well, some will say it is the politicians that infiltrated the judiciary and made the judiciary what it is today. Well, let's talk. Let me bring it back to Prince Francis Chilaka. Let's talk about the visa ban. Is that enough punitive measure for an alleged corrupt politician, when we know that the properties, of course, and the monies stashed abroad will remain in those economies?
Unfortunately, Nigerians are not learning. The political class are not learning. When I say they're not learning, they keep enriching foreign nations while inflicting pains, poverty, and hunger on their own people. You loot from here, you send it abroad. Don't forget that most times these funds are not even sent in their names. They're sent through proxies. So when you begin to trace it,
so are you now saying, are you alluding to the fact that the family of the wife were basically acting as proxies for the man himself in this case?
Some weeks back, we also heard about land grabbing in Abuja that involved the same man with his family.
Which he has denied.
It doesn't matter whether he denies it or not. Behind every rumor, there's an element of truth. You can't throw that away. So why is it that he is the same person involved? He's involved in the shenanigans that happened in Rivers State. He's involved in land grabbing in Abuja. Now he's involved in property in the US. So something is wrong somewhere. But coming back to your question, visa ban, how many of them want to even go to America? That's the question. How many of them want to go to America? When you have St. Lucia that has been opened up, you have Brazil that has been opened up, you have Colombia. So how many of them want to go to America? Okay. Yes, American government will always come out to say, we will do this. Which, it's in their own place to do it. It's because it is within their own laws to say, you cannot take from your people. But the question is, do they also help to investigate and find out where these funds are kept?